What's up, guys? Time for another beer review because it's what I call the series. Joe likes beer, and Joe does like beer. And today I thought this was interesting. Green's Endeavor Gluten Free Double Ale. You can take a look there. Right? I'm not gluten free. My wife is. My wife is gluten free. Maybe I should have her try it, but she also doesn't drink anymore. She used to. She no longer drinks at all because, long story. So anyway, yeah, she had an alcohol problem. But now she does not drink, so I can't have her drink it. Plus, she hates beer. Hates beer. Always did, right? Not a beer person. She always liked wine, hard liquor, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to try this. I just thought it looked interesting. Gluten free, right? Beer shouldn't be gluten free. Normally, I mean, you're taking glutinous things like wheat and barley and fermenting it and making beer. That's glutinous. So gluten free beer. Let's see, 7% alcohol by volume. What's even in it? Does it say? Let's see, gluten free ingredients. They do not contain wheat, barley, crustaceans, eggs, fish, peanuts. Why would any of that stuff be in beer? Soya beans, milk, lactose, nuts, celery, mustard, sesame seed, sulfur dioxide, nor sulfites. So those are all the things that this does not contain. Who puts crustaceans in beer? Or fish? Is there a fish beer? You guys tell me if there's a fish beer. Really, celery? I'm glad it doesn't contain celery, but I wouldn't have thought it did. I mean, So let's see, does it say what is in it? Because, gluten-free, water, sorghum, millet, buckwheat, brown rice, hops, yeast. Well, okay. Sorghum, millet, buckwheat, yeah. All right, brown rice, I mean, yeah, Budweiser uses rice. Hops, obviously, and yeast. That should be interesting. All right, so let's open this sucker. Try us some greens. There we go. Greens. Smells interesting. Let's take a look and see how it looks. What is the coloration of said beer? There we go. Kind of dark. But they had a pale ale. There we go. Just the right size. They had a pale ale, but I wanted to try the double ale. So let's see. That's a nice dark beer. Kind of looks like Coca-Cola. Got a good scent to it. Smells like those darker beers, Let's see here. Cheers. See how it tastes. That's pretty good. That tastes a little bit like a stout. Like the flavor's a little bit different. It's got a little bit different aftertaste than it would with regular beer, but I like it. That's a pretty good beer. It is good. You saw it had a good head on it there, came up. It's still quite fizzy, right? Let's take a look. I like the label. The pale ale was green. This is kind of like dark red, for their double ale. I thought it was worth a try. This is, let me see, how big is this? 1 pint, 9 fluid ounces, so 500 milliliters. That's a half liter. It was like $5 for that. That's a bit steep, but as far as like craft brewed stuff, it's not too bad, I guess. Yeah, it definitely has a taste like a double ale or like almost like a stout heading in that direction. Not quite as dark as like a porter or something, but it's good. It's definitely a good beer. This is my first gluten-free beer, unless there are beers that are gluten-free. I didn't know it. You know, I've drank a lot of beer in my day because Joe does like beer. I like it. I do like this Greens gluten-free beer. Goes down pretty good. That is an enjoyable beer. It has kind of a... The aftertaste is definitely different than you would find in most beers. So I guess that's the different ingredients, you know, gluten freeness and all that kind of stuff. Definitely a different aftertaste. Not unpleasant though. It's not a bad aftertaste. It's just different. And almost got like a almost a little like a flat Coca-Cola. I mean, not entirely, but there's just like a hint of that. Like, you know, like that sort of sugary sweet kind of taste, just like as an aftertaste a little bit, you know? Oh, does go down smooth. I'd say it doesn't really taste like bitter. Doesn't have a lot of bitterness to it, like at all, really. I don't really taste the hops overly much either. You know those really hoppy beers that really have that bitter hop taste to it. It doesn't have a lot of that. I mean, it's there, but it's not. It's not like overpowering or anything like with some craft beers. You know, a lot of them they get crazy with the hops. This is definitely not that. And it really does have an interesting flavor. It does taste different. I gotta say, I like it. I like the flavor. I like the way it tastes. It finishes well. Ooh, really gets the burps going. It really's got a lot of carbonation there. There we go. That that was a good beer. I gotta say, it was definitely good. If you got one of them like fancy liquor stores that sells all the fancy craft brews and all that kind of stuff, oh, if you can't have gluten, I'd recommend it. That's actually a really good beer. That is better than I was expecting. I was kind of figuring it. I wasn't expecting it to taste that good, you know. But that is. What can I say, man? That's a good beer. I like it. Really has got me burping a lot though, man. It's very bubbly. Quite a bubbly beer. A bubbly beer. I like saying that. Yeah, starting to go to my head a little bit. You know, maybe I should have had that after lunch instead of before. But nah, it's all good, man. One of those half liters, give you a little bit of a buzz. I can feel it coming on, and I'm enjoying it. So, you know, I like beer, and if you like beer, but you unfortunately are gluten free for whatever reason. I mean, some people, like my wife, she can't have gluten because she just doesn't seem to digest it well. It messes her guts up horrible. And some people have celiac disease and they can't have gluten. Some people have allergies and they can't have gluten. And some people are just, it's a diet they're doing, which is perfectly fine, man. Cutting gluten out of your diet sometimes is good for you. I tried it for a little while and it didn't really seem to make a difference to me. But since my wife is gluten-free, I eat a lot of gluten-free stuff anyway. And, you know, some of it's good, like cauliflower crust pizza. I like that. I do indeed. And going gluten-free sometimes can just naturally reduce the calories that you're taking in. It's a good way to diet, you know, gluten-free options. Take a look, man. A lot of times the gluten-free options are lower in calories. So I don't know if that beer is lower in calories than a regular beer. It doesn't really say on there. You know, they don't have the calorie information on beers, unfortunately. But, you know, I'm not really watching my figure these days. But, you know, there was a time I was working out, you know, lifting weights, watching my calories, trying to get enough food, but, you know, not get enough calories. I don't know. You get what I mean. Sometimes you watch what you're doing. But, yeah. Guys, if you want a gluten-free beer, check out Greens. Let me get the bottle up there again. They are not sponsoring this video. I wish they would. If somebody from Greens wants to send me a case of this stuff, I'd be more than happy to drink it on camera. Absolutely. That's good beer. I like it. Double ale. So, thanks for watching. I'm going to try to do more beer reviews in the future. I've been laying off the beer for a little while because I had the COVID. And then even after I was over it, I'm like, well, I'm not pushing my luck. I'm just going to chill out, not drink much. But now that I'm good and over it, it's been like, I don't know, a good month and a half, almost 2 months. You know, I'm going to drink me some beer. That's right. So, I love you guys. That thing's going to my head. You guys have a nice time, and I will definitely be doing more reviews of beers and maybe some more guitars. I'm looking at doing some more guitar reviews soon. So, and songs and all that stuff. Hit subscribe. Keep an eye out for my videos. Peace out, brothers. Yeah.